Let's talk about our intention of helping someone through making changes in their life. The consequences of trying to make people change, and probably a better way for us to lend a hand to that person. One of the first thing that we have to consider is the intention to help. We often want to help others change, but real support means guiding rather than forcing that person to help. And that is something that we really need to pay attention. That is something that we have to be very careful with that from the beginning. Another thing that we have to consider is the resistance to change. We have to understand that most people avoid change due to the fear of the unknown. Staying in a comfort zone with habits and coping mechanisms that may hold them back. People are afraid of the unknown. They're not really afraid of changing. They're afraid of the things that are not familiar to them. The challenges of forcing someone to change is that when we're trying to help someone, it can feel like rejection. It can cause frustration on both sides, on the person that is trying to help and the person that we are trying to help, the helper and the person that we are trying to help. And that in the end, that drains a lot of energy from both parties. So it's very difficult, and that's why we have to be very careful how we approach it. Another thing that we have to take into consideration is that there is limited understanding that we have of other people. There is limited knowledge of what's going on with them, even if we think that we do. We might think that we know someone very well, but each one of us carries unique experiences, fears, doubts, and thoughts that other people can see. So we have to consider that. What I think is a better way to approach trying to help someone is that we have to look at it more than, instead of controlling, instead of trying to impose our will on that person, we gotta share our perspective. We have to help that person encourage reflection and let him create that space for growth. So in the end, the way change starts, it's having the courage to decide. That person has to have the courage to decide that something has to change, that he has to leave behind what no longer helps, and he's going to have to step into a kind of life that he wants, but he knows it's not going to happen easily because it's uncertain, it's unknown. But that is the way that in the end we all transform ourselves, having that decision, making the decision, having the courage, and being bold enough to say something has got to be done. Because the default, the standard of things is, I don't want to move, I don't want to do anything. I'm already even used to how things suck. And that is a pattern that is very difficult to break. There is a pattern that is very difficult to get out of, mostly because of the fear of the unfamiliar things out there. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.